Hello, Internet. We are back with yet another battle report. It's been a bit of a while there, but Canadian winters are rough. With me, as always, is Ski Mask Mohawk, Anubis, and Lutnit, aka Short Round. We're racist. Anyway, so today we're doing a 3,500 point battle versus 3,500 points. In reality, it's for 1,750 point lists. I am playing Deathwatch, aka Ultramarines. Clarence, what are you playing?
I'm playing Raven Guard, also aka Ultramarines.
I'm playing
Forging Narratives.
Tau Empire, regular Tau Empire.
Also Ultramarines.
And I'm playing Farsight Enclave because I don't own enough models to play.
Hey, that's
Tau
plural,
Empire.
man. You can't do that.
Oh, Farsight Enclaves.
Yeah, yes. More than one.
Oh, God.
You tower all alike.
Fuck GW.
Anyway, so we'll be back with a discussion of our armies and some dick pics and, you know, everything else.
Okay, so this is my 1750 Tau army. So we basically got Commander leading the way, and then we got some Plasma Crisis suits. There's two Riptides with all the AP2 stuff. There's a big squad of 24 Kroot with some Hounds. There's some Fire Warriors and a Devilfish with EMP. Two separate Piranhas. There's a Long Strike Hammerhead and an Ion Cannon Hammerhead. There's also a squad of 5 Pathfinders. And that is my list.
So this is 1750 of Farsight Enclaves, plural. So in the back, 2 Riptides, 2 Broadsides in a unit, individual broadside and then another individual broadside. I only took the rail side because I had to. 2 Commanders, because I had to fill in some points. 6 units of Crisis suits, and then a bunch of stuff as Interceptor, and yeah. The Warlord trait is Master of Ambush, Infiltrate, just like everyone else.
Wah, wah.
Alright, so this is our little kind of strategy talk, I guess if you want to call it that.
Our battle plan.
Yeah, battle plan. It's, as Tau players, I mean, it's not, we don't have to, I guess, worry too much about a lot of the reserves and things that are coming in. So we have a good spread of Interceptor. I think we've really focused on Plasma for our list, because I switched out a couple things for Plasma, and I think he's got quite a bit.
I got a lot of Plasma. Some people might call this list tailoring, but the guys we're playing against, we've played probably over 100 games with over the years, so we know what each other has. We know they're playing Marines. They know we're playing Tau.
Yeah, they know we've got. Well, they've seen it. They know.
It's all fair.
We know we've got 4 Riptides. We know they're going to have quite a few Centurions.
I'd like to point out we're limiting ourselves to 4 Riptides only because I haven't painted my other 7.
Right, and I haven't built another one. So
another one?
Well, I just need to scratch build one more.
Come on, Skill Tides.
I think also for the rest, like basically Carl's general idea is that he's going to be doing a lot of the heavy hitting. He's got a lot of the, well, he's got all the battle suits. I've got a lot of the Kroot, the smaller models. I can sort of like get into buildings, hopefully bog the enemy down while he does his business. I think we're going to be infiltrating, not that kind of business. We're going to be infiltrating a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we both took info cheats,
and I have a huge unit of Kroot.
Ambush City of
the
Master of Ambush.
Yeah. So
because we choose our Warlord traits because that's how we play.
We suspect they're going to do the same. It's a good trait when you're picking it, and you know when we all have it, it's kind of interesting. So
kicks the game off faster because you're closer when the game starts.
So I think our general plan is we're going to I don't know. I think we should sort of stick together. Where you know,
overextending will kill us.
Exactly. If we do infiltrate, we should have like 2 sections. You know, like one group be our home base, and then maybe we can, you know, have something moving out, depending on how it goes.
But not totally spread out.
That's right. We'll sort of play by ear.
One of the reasons it's 1750 and not 2,000 per player is because I don't have 2,000 points worth of Tau painted.
I could easily fill the gap.
Everyone could have done it,
that's
except for me because I haven't painted enough Tau.
That's fine.
I can field 6,000 points of guard.
How much of it did you actually pay for? So.
Quite a lot. I'm not a thief.
Quite a lot.
I just have other methods that are perfectly legal.
All right. So I think
in Canada.
I think that's everything that we need to talk about.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Cloister up. We were expecting a lot of drop pods.
That's right.
In the plan, we didn't build the army list around that. We were just kind of expecting it to be able to counter Interceptor. We don't know if they actually took many of them.
Yeah.
Because I saw Ski Mask Mohawk's case, and I don't think there's any drop pods in his list. So
either way,
see what happens.
We will deploy accordingly. We can, being Tau players, we can adapt usually pretty quickly with our mobility, so should be good.
We get 2 movement phases.
Oh yeah.
And 2 shooting phases.
Yeah.
Fuck the rules.
Yeah. 3 if you count Overwatch.
Anyway, so that is our battle plan. So
sure,
whatever scene comes next.
Alright, so this is my Raven Guard Ultramarine army. It's pretty cynical. I got Tiggy, got Grav Centurions, a second Librarian who has Master of Infiltrating, whatever it's called. 2 units of Thunder Hammer Terminators, 2 units of Combat Scouts, 2 units of Tactical Marines with Meltas, Quad Blast Cannon Dev Squad, Lance Speeder Storm, and a Storm Talon with the missiles, the Strength 8 ones. And that's pretty much it.
Alright, so Deathwatch count as Ultramarines using the Ultramarines trait, whatever. So I got 3 Death Centurions with Tiggy. I've got 2 combat squads with plasma guns and Razorbacks with Last Blast. I've got 5-man scout squad and a Storm, 5 Thunderhammer Storm Terminators and Land Raider, Storm Talon, Thunderfire Cannon, and Death Squad with full-ass cannons. So that makes 1750. Oh, my Warlord trait's the infiltrate thing, the infiltrate. Okay, so we have to discuss our battle plan. See everything we're doing. So essentially, where we're coming from is no matter what, when you play people often enough, we're usual regular opponents. You start knowing what they own.
Especially when we say it's going to be Space Marines versus Tau.
Yeah, so it's like, the first thought is, we'll form Riptides. We know that's happening. There's no reason that won't happen. So we kind of started from there, and we're like, we need...
AP2.
Yes, and our thought was, we usually do the cynical Tiggy plus Death Centurions. Our thought was, we're going to try long range this time with Tiggy, so we're both going to do Tiggy, very thematic and narrative heavy.
Quad Last Cannon.
Quad Last Cannon. So...
Also, the step 2 of us knowing they have Tau is one of them only has battle suits and broadsides.
Yes, one's Farsight Enclaves, so it's like a very specific profile for trying to kill things. But yeah, our whole game plan was, we're assuming they're going to take a trait that lets them infiltrate, because it's a very good trait. The infiltrate. We're just doing it to counter that, but also the thought is we're going to put up a lot of AV armor value 2+ guys, and then a lot of AP2 right in their face initially. If they get first turn, we have to be a little bit different about that. The whole idea basically is to hold them with a bunch of disposable shit that's going to slow them down, and then we've got a gun line with long range, no cover stuff that's just going to hold hopefully out. There's going to be 6 objectives, we know that much, so our hope is just hold
for deployment at least, we hope to get like not the entire board.
Normal deployment will suck for us. I guess, is that Dawn of War now?
Yeah.
Okay, so Dawn of War is going to suck for us. If we get short table edges, it will be better, given that we have a lot of last cannons and long range. If you get corners, because you only do Vanguard, then it's still probably better than going the full length of the board. So yeah, basically our hope is just to cluster them in, slow them down. They can dance around all they want in the assault phase. If they can't get push on us, then we'll pull it off. But we'll probably lose. I mean, it's Tau. It's fair and balanced.
No, we got pretty cynical with our list too. We'll see.
Somewhat cynical. I have a Land Raider. There's nothing cynical about
you changed your list.
Wait, I took a Storm Talon out, so I think I got less
Raven
and more cynic, I guess. Anyway, yeah, so we'll see you after we talk about battles on the board and shit. So like any decent people, we talk about terrain before the game, because 7th edition doesn't really have terrain rules. So anyway, yeah, everything you see on the board, so from all the way over here to all the way over here, offers 1 of 2 armor saves, either 4+ or 5+. Real simple. If it looks like a ruin, it's giving you a 4+. If it looks like this, it's giving you a 5+. The short stuff, sandbags, oil drums, stuff like that, all that's what we call destructible. So real simple. You move into it with a vehicle or MC or something. If you have to take a dangerous terrain check, like a vehicle, you do it, remove it. If not, you're immobilized, it stays right where you made contact. MCs don't care, so they can just be like, fuck you, go through, knock them around. So Riptides can just kick this shit out of the way, they're pretty cool. Ruins, we play the walls as impassable, but wherever you can fit, you can go. So if you can fit between here, you can go between here. The only part where we like melt through the walls and play as an abstraction are the doors. Another thing we kind of do is path is really important. It's part of our tactical play and getting our objectives done. So when you see copings, you can never assault up there. You can always jump down. If you have room to assault down, you can. If they're blocking you, you can't. But anyway, the point is that the path matters. So here, for example, I can't go up here, but I can go around, climb up there, roll 3. The floors, you can melt through the first few inches of the floors. We usually give a bit of leeway to models on 60 mils because it's pretty rough to climb up, so we'll give them a bit of an extra melt through. But if you're moving like Jetway or as a jump pack, you kind of have to still move the normal path. You'll see a few statues on the board, not statues. You'll see a couple wrecks on the board. We also play those as destructible. They'll have the same armor, they always will, in this case a Chimera. You glance or pen it, it'll just blow up. So it's a good way of removing wrecks. We don't like people putting stuff on our models, so if our own tanks get wrecked, we'll just play as impassable until it gets removed. I guess the only thing we haven't talked about are the hills. The hills, basically, moving between any of the levels is difficult, but it's still open fucking terrain, so moving anywhere flat is fine. If both of you are on the same level, you charge each other, you don't need grenades or nothing. But if you're going from floor to floor, you're still going to move like they're difficult, still need grenades. I think I pretty much covered everything. It's an 8x4 today because it's a big game. We have 6 objectives on the board. 1 here, 1 inside that Broken Down Games workshop, 1 back here, 1 right there, 1 inside the cathedral here, and last but not least 1 right in front of there. And for deployment we rolled normal ass Dawn of War, which is probably the least good one for me and the Space Marines. So yeah, we will see you after deployment. Space Marines 1 for deploy first, and yeah. Marines, Legion of Ultramarine goodness, we won the role to deploy first, and we're probably going to go first.
And to infiltrate first.
And to infiltrate first, yeah. So we infiltrated some scouts.
Infiltrate here.
We infiltrated some Thunderhammers there.
Yeah, nice line of Thunderhammers with Centurions backing them up.
Lobby blocking them.
Oh yeah. More Thunderhammers here.
Infiltrate as well.
Yeah.
Scouts behind here. Storm behind there.
Yeah, Storm. The Land Raider also infiltrated.
So did my Dev Sense. The infiltrator, because the guys inside obviously gave it to him, dedicated.
Yeah.
Got my Storm over there behind.
Yeah, and Tiggy infiltrated just out of coherency with the squad. But
so basically, we kind of went to dive flank. We're not carrying as much over here.
No.
Obviously.
Sides for skill tides.
Skill tides. So I think that pretty much covers it. We've got most of our shit here. Decent cover, good line of sights. So we'll see you after Tau deployment.
Alright, so our reserves are 2 Storm Talons. The only differences are the missiles. He has the Skyhammers, the Scammers, and I have the Typhoon Launcher.
So this is the Tau deployment. We deployed second. So starting over here, these guys were deployed in the back, and then 2 Riptides ended up infiltrating in, as well as a unit of 2 broadsides. Long Strike is over here. He deployed normally, so did the unit of Fire Warriors in the Devilfish. This Riptide infiltrated. This unit here was deployed, and the commander infiltrated because he has it, but he can't deploy within 2 inches, so he's there.
Okay, so over here we got the Ion Cannon Hammerhead sort of hunkered down over here. There's some more crisis suits with Twin Link Plasma back here. There's a single missile broadside here, a single rail broadside here. There's Pathfinders, more plasma crisis suits, another Riptide, more broadsides. This is my commander back here. He's infiltrated, this is my warlord. And then there's some more crisis suits over here sort of shoring up this flank. And that is our deployment, so we'll see you at the end of the first one. So this is our reserve, our pile basically. So this is a unit of Kroot that's going to outflank. There's a unit of crisis suits with a commander. They're going to deep strike. And then there's 2 single piranhas here, no upgrades. They're going to be in reserve. That's it for us. Okay, so we're still in initiative, or at least trying to. Live on camera.
I've rolled a series of 1s for every other roll so far, so GT's rolling this one.
Dun, 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 dun.
No. I saw the 6 as it rolled.
You forgot to yell your war cry.
Yeah.
When you rolled it.
You have to yell Riptide or Skill Tide.
You failed us again, and this loss will be blamed on you.
Alright.
So, it is the end of Space Marines turn 1.
You won.
To begin with, we're here.
You forgot to shoot your Thunderfire Cannon.
I did. I really did.
Good to know for next time.
So we moved up. That's pretty obvious. That's kind of universal.
We used our tactical traits.
We made sure to get the ability to twin link, so that was cool. And then in terms of powers, I cast no cover up here on these last cannons, and down there on the Dev Centurions, I cast twin linked or whatever it's called.
Just to make sure they're extra command.
And yeah, so I mean, combined fire from these Dev Centurions and these 4 last cannons took down Lieutenant's Riptide. That was right there. And then
they only inflicted 14 wounds, though.
Right. The Land Raider moved 12, then another 6 in the shooting phase. These guys both rolled 1, I think, to move up.
Yeah, so did your guys.
Yeah, so did my guys. This, I think, took a pot shot there, but he made a cover save. Lance Stone moved up 12 behind here. He's just lurking. These guys fired because I think a wound at your Riptide there. They didn't do anything, but the Razorback did. Clarence, you can take it from there.
Just over here, we got the Scouts and Terminators moving up, kind of pushing their position. Over here, I managed to cast Twin Linked on my Dev squad, but Anubis stopped, ignores cover. It didn't really help because he still failed all of his cover saves on his Riptide, which mirrored Krabble's worth.
So not just First Blood, but we also got a couple Riptides.
Yeah, the skill is declining. And
there was
the skill tides.
Thrill tides.
Yeah.
We have to be sensitive, okay? It's like the N word for top players.
Well, rather, we'll have to rely on skill now, rather than tides.
But yeah, it's a pretty successful turn one.
No
much got
complaints.
everything.
No complaints.
Yeah, except for forgetting the Thunderfire.
I will point out though that I still think it was better to like have pushed us back with the being bold with them than the opposite of like hugging back, because it was worth that, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see at the end of Tau turn one.
Now the end of Tau turn one, as we've decided to call ourselves. So starting over here on our left, shut up. On our left flank. Some units here that did some shooting and stuff. So the Hammerhead kind of turned when the Riptide jumped back to clear the line of sight. So it fired, got a penetrating hit on the Land Raider, immobilized it, but that's it, and it can still assault. So that's there. The team out front here, they fired all the missiles into the Terminators. They managed to kill 3 of them because Ski Mask Mohawk really sucks at 2+ saves apparently. The Riptide fired, completely whiffed, did nothing. These guys were originally here. They fired up to the top of the building there, and they killed 1 Chumley and 1 las cannon, and then they thrust over a little bit. So over here, the commander who originally infiltrated, so he couldn't join, he joined the unit, then they moved here. They tried to shoot at the Terminators there, found only 2 of them were within range and line of sight, so I didn't kill any. And the other squad that was here ended up with the line of sight problems as well. 1 was in range, shot at the Terminators, but didn't kill
2 were in range, but my Riptide's big juicy thigh was blocking a shot.
The Riptide has thunder thighs that block line of sight.
Thunder thighs was blocking the shot.
So,
alright, so over to me then. Alright, so the Riptide here kind of didn't really move up a lot. He put his shields up. The other Riptide did as well. I don't know if you mentioned that. So both the shields are up. He fired the large shot guided by marker lights into here, and as you can see, it looks like that's what did the damage, but it wasn't at all. It completely missed. Like 7 inches flew off, did nothing. Clipped the speeder, but didn't do anything. I think what was it that actually did the damage there? It was the broadsides. The broadsides actually pumped out a lot of hits and wounds from the using the marker lights that hit there. Let's see back here. These 2 broadsides that Lutnid had just fired their smart missiles over onto the scouts, which took quite a few casualties. Fell back. Yeah, like, well, it's more than half, all right?
60%.
Yeah. Okay, so so the drones got out of the Devilfish and started trying to block the path over here. The actual Devilfish kind of crammed in front of the Ion Cannon Hammerhead here, which slung a shot down to here, managed to kill 1 guy, better than nothing. And then, let's see, moving over...
Crisis Team and Commander?
Yeah, the Crisis Team, the Commander's actually with the broadsides, but the Crisis Team here tried to fired like 4 shots at these guys, did some wounds, didn't, of course the Storm Shields blocked them all. Lastly, over here, Carl's Crisis Suits, I think the missile suits fired some shots over at the scouts, but didn't do anything, no effect. And the other suits just ran and just sort of grouped up over here trying to show off this flank, and that is it. So we'll see you at the end of Space Marine turn 2.
So it is the end of Space Marines Legion of Honor and Glory turn 2.
Yeah, Ultramarine Legion.
Ultramarine Legion. Let's start over here. So, the Thunderfire back here shot way over there, and I think it did like 1 wound on that squad of Crisis Suits. Moving back over yonder, these guys remounted the Razorback and it moved 6 this way. These guys moved up to secure the objective. My Land Speeder moved up just to help secure against Deep Strikers. Razorback took a shot over there, didn't do anything. These guys killed a drone that was there. These Lascans are up on the roof here. I got off no cover for them. They took some pot shots at Jason's Riptide there, and he made all his shield saves. Over behind this big thing here, I've got my 3 Death Centurions who all lined up to shoot the Riptide that was there and killed it. I attempted to do some splash damage, but didn't work. This is actually my proudest part of the whole turn. This guy, the very first game I got him painted and put him on the table, I got to go second, and Long Dick, Long Strike, like vaporized him before he got a chance to do anything. So this time, he finally got his vengeance. Long Strike immobilized him, he returned fire with las cannons and blew his ass up. and that made me happy. I think that's pretty much it for over here. Oh yeah, we had an assault here.
We both used our assault traits this turn.
We did.
So on the reroll, I got the 12 inches I needed to get into assault with the...
So he had two of them. One died to the broadsides, but the second guy wiped them out. I attempted to charge these guys and failed him with the reroll.
Yeah, the 12-inch charge canceled itself out over here.
Right,
when
yeah.
I tried to
we
get
the
7-inch charge, and I didn't get it with the reroll.
So you can take over from here, I guess.
Yeah, moving down over here, I attempted to shoot his rail broadside with my lone las cannon. Made him go to ground, so that's pretty decent. Yeah. Tigurius miscast on the Norse cover and then forgot Prescience, so he can't twin link things anymore. And I pretty much got no powers off due to some getting denied and then failing rolls and missing with Psychic Shriek. Even so, I still managed to kill 2 of the plasma suits and made the lone guy run. And then over here, both of our reserves came in, but his storm...
Our storm moved on here and then got intercepted into oblivion by the broadside.
Fortunately, I still managed to kill 2 missile suit people with my storm talents. So,
even though I intercepted and did no damage.
Yeah. So that was pretty fun. And that's pretty much it for us. See you guys at the end of Tau turn dos.
It's now the end of Tau Tau turn 2, and no, you don't get a vote. So starting right here, this crisis team, missile team back here, wiped out an entire Terminator squad. There was an entire Terminator squad here that shut up.
It was one guy.
Being optimistic.
Okay, good job.
They killed the lone Raven Guard Terminator, then thrust this way.
Ultramarine.
And that was the only... Oh, Ultramarine, sorry. Then thrust over here. The rest of the suits were originally lined up here. So there's a plasma squad in here and a plasma squad here. So they both fired through and they killed 4 of the 5 Terminators.
The Determinators.
Then they thrust over the wall. And the 2...
Pretty good thrust, actually.
what are these things again?
Broadsides.
Oh,
that's what those are.
They were snap shooting because they were pinned from going to ground. So they both fired their smart missile systems and they killed the last... They wiped out an entire unit of scouts that was here.
Entire unit.
A whole 2 scouts.
It was fantastic.
So,
okay.
for your stuff?
For my stuff, well, the Riptide, he sort of stood his ground, as in didn't get assaulted, and shot, well, he moved out and shot up a Centurion, which was cool. Got one of them. And then...
First Centurion down.
Yeah. The Devilfish sort of splatted out his guys. They just sort of ran into position to try and get into, like, Overwatch positions or whatever.
These are now gone.
Yeah, those are gone. The Ion Cannon Hammerhead back here stayed put and managed to kill, I guess... Was it 4 out of the 5 Marines that were in that squad? So that's pretty cool. Moving here, I managed to get 4 marker light hits on that unit, which helped this broadside unit really well to put a lot of wounds on them, but I didn't do a single...
10 out of 10, 2+ saves.
Yeah, I did 10 wounds.
That's how we roll.
But you know what? To
God's house.
You just can't get through it, so, that happens. The Piranha that came in from reserve, turbo boosted over here. There is some crisis suits.
Oh, yeah, my crisis suits there.
Yeah, they're
the one
hunkering
missile
down.
guy jumped into the building, and the plasma one guys shot at the flyer thing, but didn't hit anything, so they just jumped into the building too.
And finally, if we go over here, big mob of crew came in. The hounds managed to get nice and deep into that building, and the crew all rapid fired the Thunderfire, doing a single wound, which he passed. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see you at the end of Space Marine Turn 3.
Alrighty, so this is the end of Space Marine Imperial Victor's turn 3. That's a prediction, by the way, not the actual result. Starting over here.
Well, down yonder, far over. I cast both the twin linking and the no cover on this unit, and I also used maybe so relentless with these traits. So I shot the Kroot, and I wanted to charge them, but I failed my charge, sadly, needing a 7, rolling a 5. They picked up the slack. They fired their grav, doing I think 3.
Yeah.
And then they two with frags. They charged 1 combat, which is hilarious. I don't think they've ever done that before ever. These guys are running away. I think they took like 1 casualty, so it's really not that good.
Yep.
Moving down along, he flamed some dogs that were in there, helped contribute to the whole thing. These guys also tried.
Told them to get good.
Tried to blind them, did not succeed. Initiative 5 on the fucking dogs. He managed to take out 1 of those missile suits. I ran and moved up and ran. These guys were
flying V.
Delta formation.
Yeah, it was basically a Mighty Ducks strategy.
Intimidation factor for sure.
It's major intimidation.
I helped Clarence move those guys up. This guy's still chilling. He backed up 6 to help them out. He ran but regrouped. Shot at the Riptide, did not do anything.
Yeah, pretty much for me on this half of the board. I tried to cast a bunch of powers involving inflict rending hits on him and Psychic Screech and power up the Force Weapon, and only the Force Weapon did anything, so that was activated. When I came time to assault, he had been grabbed, so he was concussed, and then Tigurius clunked him on the head with his staff, so he got further concussed. But that was pretty much all I did for wounds, and he... Two wounds, so there was one from the Thunderhammer, so lots of concussions. Passed his leadership test to stick around, which is nice.
Only got one wound back though.
Yeah. Over here, I tried to shoot a broadside, didn't do anything. The plane flew and killed the other broadside, so...
there was one inside.
I thought I had line of sight over here because I was too tired to pre-check, and it turned out I didn't. So no charges went down over there.
Well, that just means they're bad sports for not letting us violate the rules in plain written.
Yeah, well, violate them, their models and the rules.
Guys, don't let us cheat. You're whack.
How do you know I don't violate my models?
Well, we don't. We've seen some of the Japanese.
Violate is a subjective term, Carl.
Anyway, so that's pretty much all we've done on turn 3. It's getting closer, less stuff. But see you guys at the end of Skill Tide turn 3.
Skill Tide minus 3 turn 3.
Skill Tide Empire.
Skill Tide Empire.
So welcome to the end of Tau Tau turn 3. Again, we haven't had an election on that, so we'll start over there with some of Jay's stuff.
Okay, so the crew, or the remnants of the crew, managed to rally and fired some snapshots at the guys standing in front of them. Didn't do anything, so very exciting. That's basically all that happened there.
Coming over here, there's 5 Terminators in the Delta formation here, which is it's a deadly formation. Once Terminators enter that, they can
Mighty
just break
Ducks,
through your
motherfucker.
lines. So there are 7 models with plasma guns that managed to kill 3 of them, and then missile pods that are AP4 killed the last 2, so statistically that's kind of an oddity.
That was fantastic, though.
So, and then what killed these guys?
The Hammerhead back here, I think, killed... Did they fall back? That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. So there was 5 there, so I killed 3, I believe, with... Oh yes, 1 with an ion cannon shot, 2 with smart missiles. So
again AP is not working for us.
But yeah, this tank has been sitting there stationary for like 2 turns, just pumping out shots. It's doing pretty good. I like it. Oh yes, big change here. So Riptide, no more Riptide. Last wound, he died unspectacularly to what was it? Just like a regular armor save from.
Oh yeah, Tigurius clunked him again with the staff.
Roll a 1. He was just like, no, I give up, and he just fell over. Tigurius was too much for him.
So back here,
Pimp's love is very different than square.
There was a flyer here. I snapshot at it, but I didn't do anything.
My broadsides, combined with the lucky marker light hit, managed to destroy the flyer. The Fire Warriors booted into their Devilfish and got onto that objective, just to be a little safer. And my commander jetted up to the hill to Logosum and probably take a whole crap load of shots, but you know.
My second commander in the last Crisis team, Deep Struck, scattered on top of the hill, kind of at the fin section there. Fired, they killed 3 of the Devastators, just leaving the last cannon there who was gone to ground. And then they thrust it over right into the middle of line of sight for these Centurions.
We're doing it live!
Oh, we're just, okay, yes. We're adding a marker live, oh god.
There's, I guess I should mention that the Piranhas, one Piranha ditched out his drones, which helped fire on the scouts, and then zipped up over here. And the other Piranha that came in this turn from reserve turbo boosted up there with his drone still on board.
And my Crisis team's over there. I've got a missile suit underneath, and I've got the Plasma Squad there. They killed 4 of the 5 scouts. The 5th one was killed by that drone. So that's where everything stands right now. That's the firebase over here. We still got some stuff here and there. So we will see you after we go have dinner and then play Space Marine turn 4.
So it is the end of Coalition of Space Marine Glory and Honor, turn 4. Starting over here. So my Death Centurions moved up 6 and finished off the crut that were here. The last kill went to the Spear Storm. My Fun to Fire back here fired way over onto this unit, doing like 1 wound and got saved. Both Razorbacks you see pushed up 18. A unit got inside one, and that guy got inside the other. One guy left. The remainder of Ski Mask Mohawks combat squad also pushed up. So there's 2 left there. Melting Gun, Power Fist. Ski Mask Mohawks, Lone, Thunderhammer, Social Turner pushed up, tried to assault, but couldn't quite get the charge. And this Land Speeder pushed back over here. Oh, and last but not least, my Land Raider has been immobilized, fired, killed one of Lutnit's suits, and I believe they ran off the table.
No, the other squad did.
Oh, sorry, that was okay. Yeah, sorry, that was the missile sides or missile suits. Anyway, a unit eventually ran off the table that had plasma, so that was cool. Clarence, I leave it to you.
Just over here, move my Death Centurions down to get into Chris's suit range. Failed to cast all my psychic powers. We only got 1 day.
Oh, me too.
Cool.
Because psychic.
And then I missed with half the shots. So I don't know. Killed 2 of them, and pinned the squad. But that's pretty much all the killing I did. Most of it went to other Ultramarine.
The real Ultra fake, right?
Yeah, sure. The real black Ultramarines. Anyway, that's
Once
really
you go black,
You're a single mom.
Ooh, risky.
that was
And then,
that was under the belt, Carl.
Anyway, see you guys at the end of
Fighting for hate crimes.
skill.
We'll see you at the end of
Skill tied Enclaves. Turn 4.
Skill-tied Empire, thank you.
Enclaves, no, it's an enclave.
We know who's in
Skill-tied.
charge.
Is the end of Tau Tau turn 4. And again, you still have no say in this. So,
It's for the greater good.
starting over here, the pinned went to ground commander and the 1 fusion guy left. They snapshot at the guy in the tower, managed to hit and wound, and then he rolled a 6 because he went to ground for cover.
Yeah,
so he's alive.
it's like pin fight.
The crisis team there, they moved, ran, and then thrust it even further over so they can come and just support them in battle since there's not much left on the right flank. So coming back over here, this command squad jumped out and then fired into squad. There was a Librarian Terminator and Tigerius and 2 Centurions. They put 1 wound on the Librarian and 1 wound on Tigerius, and then a bunch of invols and stuff were made.
You forgot to thrust them back into that building.
No, I didn't. I rolled Snake Eyes for their thrust.
Okay, alright.
That's why they're still standing there.
I feel a little bit better about that, actually.
This guy moved up, and then he was going to shoot at the last Terminator, but that entire Terminator unit was wiped out in 1 round of shooting by this broadside, who killed him with a smart missile system. It was one Terminator.
Again.
But it was a whole unit.
Yeah.
So then he fired, then this missile crisis suit fired and immobilized this guy and then thrust inside. And then...
Okay, so for my stuff, the Devilfish kind of scooted up in the corner here, pooped out its guys who fired and did a bunch of wounds to, I think, eliminating the Warlord, I think, with the combination of the plasma wounds.
Yeah.
And the broadsides.
Yeah, and the broadside. Basically
And
everything.
the commander.
Everything we had fired at this unit.
The entire army managed to kill
Highlight
models.
of this turn, Pathfinders that were here, because I just wanted to try it, I threw a photon grenade, actually managed to blind them, didn't really change much. The funny part is now the commander fired his large blast, scattering up into the building, killing those guys who threw the grenade.
There's some left.
Yeah, no, it was kind of funny, but you know. So yeah, the commander charged in there, hit with his attack, didn't do anything, so neither side did anything. He hit with Tigerius, but didn't wound. As for the rest of the stuff, yeah, this hammerhead's just been sitting here plugging away. He vaped the rest of the Marines that were chilling over there.
On the corner.
Let's see, Piranhas have ditched their drones and they're sort of just moving up. They've been trying to pick off these like straggler Marines. They laid down some fire on the Centurions as well. I think they did like 1 wound, 2 wounds. Not bad, I think they dropped 1. That's about it, aside from the close combat, I guess. Yeah, so that is the end of our turn. We'll see you at the end of Space Marine turn 5.
The end of Space Marine Glory and Honor Team
Victory. Turn 5. Sank.
Starting over here. Nothing fucking happened. These guys moved up 6.
That's a filthy lie, actually.
For no purpose. They shimmied. No, not really. The Thunderfire back here fired way over there, killing 9 out of 11. 9/11. That's funny. Firefighters.
Such
People died.
taste.
That was horrible. Anyway, so they're dead.
There's 2 left. Okay.
Unlike the towers.
Oh, Jesus!
But they're towels.
Oh my God! It's like Pulp
No, you
Fiction.
know what? I'm
here.
gonna shake your hand.
All right,
and
so
then
that
I'm
was
gonna give you a
funny.
high five. There you go.
That is terrible. You were all going to hell.
This Razorback here moved up
It was like a bad dad joke.
and fired at a dude that was there, crisis suit, and then this unit then fired as well, and they killed it. That lone Space Marine, Deathwatch Marine, fired at Jace 1's tank of glory.
And I unflinchingly didn't jink. But
Because you're a man, and yeah, did a whole point. So that's the end of that tank. This Razorback that was mobilized prior turned and fired at Lutnitz's crisis squad there, killing I think 1 or 2, right?
There's 2. The last cannon.
Yeah, that was nice. And then the last cannons, shot from up here, also adding to that with their no cover shenanigans. So that was kind of it from my side of things. Clarence, what happened on your side?
Well, starting over here, Tigurius showed some disrespect with his pimp cane and instant death the commander there. It's pretty lucky.
There are no more riptides on the board.
Yeah, no, it wasn't even a riptide.
Like
but I got the rending the misfortune off on the commander, plus the force weapon, so I rolled a 6 to wound with the force weapon. He failed his 4+ symbol. It's pretty lucky. Down here, I snapshotted at his piranha and stunned it. And then got a nice charge off with the Scoutly Scouts, and they didn't suffer any hordes of unsupportive fire.
Unsupportive
They
fire?
really hurt my feelings by doing that, but
Child
managed to get
support
it in. The suit commander did club down my sergeant, though, but they're still stuck in there, so
that's
still pretty tight. But see you guys at the end of
Toto?
Toto?
Tudu?
Whatever.
Tau turn 5.
Turn 5.
Turn 5.
fucking stupid name.
End of turn 5.
End of turn 5.
So that was the end of Tau turn 5, and we are No, not the Tau Empire.
I've now been told it is no longer Tau Tau.
We are the galactic, robotic, awesome space armada.
Moving down.
Okay,
So, over here, the commander jumped the wall, and there was 5 Space Marines right here. So he fired his air-bursting fragmentation projector and killed 1, and then rolled Snake Eyes for his plasma gun, so he didn't kill with any of the other ones. I think 1 more was killed by this thing, and then I assaulted, killed 2. That guy fell back, so he's on the other side of the wall right by the door. And then over here, my broadside fired smart missile system and killed the last plasma gun guy that was here. And then over to Jay's stuff.
Okay, so actually, you know what? We forgot to do that, but well.
Oh yeah, we still had that combat.
Yeah, but it's kind of too late now.
Thunderfire, remember that?
So let's see, the remaining guys over here were gunned down by I think it was the plasma squad over there, and this guy. What else is there to say? The broadsides back here did one hull point to that guy. The piranha on the hill here managed to snag the last guy up on that objective there. The other piranha is still messed up, so it didn't really do anything. It's not fired at the storm in front of it, but did not do anything. The drones in the street moved up, and that's about it.
In the combat over there, my commander took 2 wounds and the suit took 1 wound, and we killed 1 scout, but I didn't fall back, so that's still ongoing. So that's it. We'll see you. We're calling it at the end of turn 6 because we're running out of time. So the next turn is the last turn. We're all aware of that. So we'll see you at the end of Space Marine turn 6.
It is the end of turn 6 for the Space Marines. Thus, our last turn.
Yeah, the coalition of righteous and glory, like
Coalition of Mothers Against Drunk Gaming. Starting over here, we did various things and such. I cast some powers here, twin linked and no cover, to which I then
was not in range of anything.
not shot anything because I didn't have anything to shoot at.
You blew up the rhino.
Oh, sorry, yes, I did blew up the rhino. Because we shoot at Rex. My thunder funted over here, causing 1 dead drone and not much else. These guys kind of moved up a little bit. The Devastator Centurions, or Centurion Devastators, depending on if you're weird. They shot at the commander without even hitting their grav guns. They fucking offed him. So the warlord there, and then my lone attack marine and my land speeder storm, which for some reason that has objective secured, decided to swoop in there. And last but certainly not least, my razorback did nothing. So without further ado,
All right,
Clarence, aka Ski Mask Mohawk.
For me, the scouts still trying to lay down the disrespect. Hit 5 out of 6 times in combat, but this time they didn't inflict many wounds.
They didn't check themselves. Thus they wrecked themselves.
Yeah, in fact, they did suffer 2 wounds in return and then ran off the table.
Heroically ran off the table.
They didn't quite die. They did lay a beat down for a bit, but I got my also objective secured.
You killed half the commander.
Yeah.
So as you can see, we're not being cynical at all. We're telling a very good story. Okay.
Get those objectives.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It's like we might win. It's very close, regardless. So who knows? It's all going to come down to the final causality on Tau Tau's turn 6.
Tau Tau Tau.
Tau 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 Tau.
Tau Tau.
It is now the end of Tau turn 6. It's we're now we have agreed. We voted, and we're now known as Tau squared.
Tau squared.
So it's the end of Tau squared turn 2.
Cooperation.
Turn 2. Turn 6.
Turn 6.
End of the game. So we'll tell you what happened before we won. So starting here, the lone space marine, tactical marine, was killed by the smart missile system on the broadside. This guy was downed by mass smart missile spam from those guys.
Snap firing smart missiles.
He tried to jink, but it ignores cover.
It just didn't work. It didn't jink hard enough.
And over here, 2 fusion blasters fried the jinking land speeder.
Yeah, we did.
And we positioned some other stuff to shoot at it.
Yeah, we didn't need the 20 other shots that we. Yeah.
So that was it.
Yeah, so my Devilfish claimed this objective. There was a lone.
He came through the door just to do a drum solo.
Yeah, just to disrespect, as Clary put it. He came out there. So
we got this one.
they were chilling there. Fire Warriors tried to run. Only got 3 inches.
They were about 1 inch too short from scoring this objective. So with the running, we didn't move them because it didn't matter.
Use my wreck as objective secured.
Oh, snap, son!
Oh, I forgot about 8th edition 40K.
Such a good roll.
So there's a
Raven Ultra
Raven Guard.
Condor Guard.
Condor
Guard holding that objective.
that guy. And
in the back you got the Devastators with Lingor. No, that's
Angmath, no.
Tigurius.
Igron.
Tigurius, that's
This is
Tigurius.
Tigurius
Classic
missiles.
Zelda too.
What?
So,
Aghanim,
Space Marines hold
Really?
2 objectives for 6.
backgrounds.
They had both Warlords,
Yeah, okay.
which brings them up to 8. And they had First Blood, which brings them to 9. Tau squared had 3 objectives, which is 9. And we had 1 Warlord, which is 10, and Linebreaker, which is 11. So the final score is 9-11. This is the 9-11 of games.
The Towers win this one.
9/11. There's jokes.
The twin
in there. There's all kinds of
towers.
horrible jokes in there.
We're twins?
The twin
twin
Tau players.
The Twin Towers.
Anyway, we will see you in the post-game show.
What's important is that the death of civilian life is humorous. Post-game show.
So this is the after-action report for the game. And as you can see, certain people have to adjust, compensate for...
Numb ourselves.
Numb, yes.
It is not uncommon after being the victim of a heinous crime.
Of a Tau Tau.
Tau Tau.
Tau squared.
Tau squared.
No, the crime is called a Tau Tau.
Tau Tau. But in fairness, that was a close game.
Yeah, we got.
It was a close
stomped
call.
in
Like 9/11.
Why can't we stop making
Can't
jokes about
stop
that?
joking about the worst domestic terrorist attack on our native soil, which, no, can't.
It's not actually
our
ours.
soil.
Their native soil.
What is the
I'm
most...
pretty sure some people from Canada.
Pretty sure they weren't really,
2 or
really
something.
natives.
Why are we
so,
talking
they're
about
from
this?
Europe.
It's fun.
It's fun.
It's fortunate narrative. So
What's
anyway,
the narrative?
offending the majority of the internet aside, post-game show, hello.
Hello.
We've been drinking, at least I've been drinking.
Hey.
No,
he's
you
driving
want,
home.
you want
He's
some of
not
this?
drinking.
I do. I do want some
It's
of that.
sterilizing it though with the...
I'll put some spit on there.
Oh, that's good.
Crazy, boom.
You didn't even wipe it off, he's a man. Okay, but in all seriously, we should probably talk about Warhammer 40K. So
That's not actually water. We're not faking. They're not faking this.
Jesus.
Yeah, I can smell it. The
Holy
fumes are
shit.
coming off them.
It's like isopropyl alcohol or something. Anyway,
At least it's Finn.
Lightning, what was your epic fail?
Epic fail.
Riptide that guy.
I don't know
The
my
quad-legged riptide, 4-legged riptide. it wasn't a complete failure because I put it forward to block other infiltrating, but why are you smirking like that?
It's like, it wasn't a failure at all, but it was my failure.
But the thing is, I paid 190 points. I can't say point values. Oh god, we're gonna get sued by Jervis. I paid 190 points for to block infiltrate, so it really wasn't worth it. He got nothing off. He died right away. He would have been my epic
If you had some croup, we could have done it with that, I suppose.
I need to paint the croup before I can use it.
They would have died from something else.
Well,
You're right.
Jason, aka Anubis, what was your epic fail?
Epic fail? Firing an air-bursting fragmentation projector into my own building of guys when I really didn't need
Danger
to.
close fire.
I danger close fire when I didn't need to. The payoff wasn't even worth it.
It was for us,
right? It was great. It was funny. All right.
We killed our marker.
That was the only narrative we forged.
I forced my own Pathfinder unit to fall back off the table for like 3 turns from my own fire. It was. You know, but you know, my guys have the right to walk away from that. They do not have to stand up for that. And
They're dead.
No, that 3 guys that walked away.
2 of them didn't. 2 of them are still on that floor somewhere.
Are they really?
Ski Mask Mohawk.
Parts of them are.
Probably a Terminator unit just because they only absorb fire.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Everything else did pretty decently. I don't know. Tigurius laid some people out with his cane. Like
that was pretty cool.
Thunk.
Yeah, the Riptide and
Riptide and the small tide.
Yeah.
I might go. I'm tempted to go with Land Raider, but then I'm not because it actually did a lot.
Yeah,
It's torn. Like, it did work.
It was a good gun platform, even though I got immobilized. It dropped a lot over here.
Yeah, killed
the
Longstrike.
Thunderfire.
Killed
Longstrike.
Yeah, the Thunderfire. You didn't shoot
It
it.
got into a tank duel with
Yeah,
a Longstrike and won.
Okay, well, what was the absolute just dog shit thing I had? My scout units. They were cunt. Fuck them.
Tigurius didn't do that much for you. Few buffs. But
No, okay, but if you look at all my units, like which one just did nothing, that's scout unit.
Oh yeah.
It's like
I forgot about
there's
that.
bullets that way.
Which one was that? Which guy?
The one that just got
If you
shot.
had kept them in their stuff,
I literally did nothing.
If you kept them in the land speeder, we would have won.
Okay, technically they did something.
I recall putting them under
Absorbed
your
missiles.
command only to have them die.
But you never put them
the
in
ones
there.
that-
They're the ones that were here and they just absorbed
that
missiles.
one.
Okay, so officially my scouts.
Yeah.
Going round, full circle, Lutnit, what was your
circle would go back to new.
That's it.
what's the good thing called again?
MVP.
MVP. What was your most valuable
Mossberg Varmint
piece?
Predator. It's a 223 bolt action rifle. No, most victorious.
Your most
Such a joke.
penetrative device.
Phrasing.
Most perplexing.
Most virulent.
into this.
Your Mazda
that
MPV. What is it?
It's I'm thinking it's one of those plasma teams.
I was gonna say because they fucked up that
Collectively,
Probably
They
the
just,
one
like
with
gunned it
Commander.
Yeah.
Because they took out 2 Terminators. helped take out 2 Terminator
Anytime I was like,
squads.
Letnin, I need you to kill this, I'd come back and you're like, they did it.
Because they took out most of 2 Terminator squads, so they must have killed 7 or 8 Terminators. Plus, they finished off. Tigurius finished off those guys, but they did wound that guy and then wound Tigurius, and then I think they killed like a Centaur.
So then it's a
What?
yes.
Centaur.
So yeah, probably
Centaurian.
Probably.
when they got the
Probably.
Centaurs and the Narns and the humans and Babylon 5.
Centaurians.
Raging.
Right.
So it would have been the
Oh,
Plasma
Mark,
Squad
you guy.
with the Warlord Commander.
Okay, so Crisis Team with Plasma.
Yes.
Jace 1. Anubis.
I think he's burnt out his taste buds and brain cells.
Now that the paint thin is affecting your cognition, what's going on with
For the
you?
record, it's 2 a.m.
So,
We're not proud of that, by the way.
what are you asking me right now?
What's
What
your
was your best unit? Your most valuable plagiarism.
Yo, drones off a pro.
I'm kind of thinking drones off piranhas because they're just like my favorite thing ever. But
But it has to be
what
specific.
did they do? What did they?
Specific
What
one.
did they?
They did nothing.
They helped, but I think maybe the broadsides.
Yeah,
They
killed
dropped-
a lot of stuff.
They didn't get touched.
The planes, anything that moved more than 4
Yeah,
inches a turn.
broadsides.
So broadside.
They
took
didn't
out-
get touched.
Took
And
out almost all the entire Devastator
Wait, the unit
squad.
that can shoot through terrain didn't get hurt?
Surprisingly.
hey, his
My
all
thunder
died.
fire's okay too! What the fuck?
Hey, his all died. Okay.
Clarence MVP.
I think Tigurius. I mean, He did cast a bunch of his powers properly. Actually, a couple of them got stopped. But
well, that's not his fault. That's
no.
Jason's fault.
Let's go back to the combat. Like,
Thunk.
Oh yeah, he fucked up
down.
that. He got
You're laying out the disrespect left and right. Like, Tyrus doesn't have the AP on his weapon.
A pimp's love is very different from that of a square's.
Yeah. Bringing out his cane.
He did smack us down pretty good.
Oh yeah, dude, the old man with his cane.
Yeah.
He's like, Riptide, Commander. That's pretty cool.
Or the scouts in the combat with the
It was all Tigerius, man.
I was impressed.
Yeah,
they didn't do anything.
That unit with Tigerius, that together, because anytime I wanted to get close to those Centurions, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna mess them up. And then I'm like, there's those two badasses. That
It also was funny that he put the first one of the game on himself.
Yeah.
Like he started off with like,
oh, we miscast a
like
lot.
cutting his wrist and
We got like
Perils.
like 3 perils throughout the game.
It was preceded by the mega power up and then my mega power up.
Yeah.
And then Harold's Church having good things because crack is cheap in Britain.
My commanders were like, it's over 9,000.
Crabblesworth, what was your MVP? Why, thank you,
It would be
Crabblesworth.
Finlandia.
Finlandia.
Does the scouter say?
It's good. No.
Finland is a great country that everyone should visit. I also happen to be.
Oh,
This is
no,
a weird
not just
turn because I
favorite.
went from wanting to denigrate my Land Raider to praising my Land Raider. I don't know if I is, but I think I want it to
Okay, it got into a tank duel with Longstrike and won.
Doesn't really do all
That's
this
how many
exchange.
Tanks
Alright.
can do that.
Any tank that shoots first.
The Dev Centurions still did more. Like they dispatched people.
But they also
Oh, yeah.
did get tied up in like
They
the
did.
corner
They
for
did.
half
They
of-
can't run. They can't
That's
mess through and pass.
The only
so.
effective counter
Well,
is
they can if you're not playing with respectable
Stay away
Well,
from them.
yeah, but we're not stupid.
They're an area of weapon. Which
Okay, yeah. You know what? Fuck it. I declare February 15th, the year of our Lord 2015, a Land Raider, a humble, glorious God Hammer pattern Land Raider, became Ben Guthrie's MVP.
Yeah. Well done, man.
The struggle is real.
You got
and his
Longstrike.
neighbors and his thin walls.
I don't care. So the important thing is that I killed Longstrike,
And that's big for Ben.
and Longstrike's the one that immobilized him. So
Yeah.
it's like some fucker cutting your leg off and being like, "You cut my leg off."
And my Longstrike's a girl, and I think that does something to him. But
Yeah. Long breasts.
that's just
Long.
long labia.
Long legs.
Oh.
That's inherently gendered, which is sexist.
I say long breasts. I think it was saggy old women that go down to the waist.
So we're past the MVPs and epic fail phase. So to wrap this up without taking too long, I'm gonna give everybody a minute or two to do their thoughts on the game, starting with Jason Anubis.
Okay.
2 minutes.
I think some of the changes that I did to my list, like the plasmas that I was so excited about this morning. I'm just gonna go back to the smart missiles because I don't know, they were okay, they worked, but like I rarely shot them, and the smart missiles just have the range, which is great. Stuff that I learned, I think playing conservatively with some of the stuff that we've been using, like the infiltrating and stuff, can actually pay off because I had broadsides at the end of the game, and that was kind of cool. We lost all our riptides in 3 turns. That was something incredible and not unexpected, but it was hard to deal with. But I was really glad that we bounced back from it, and I think
That was hard to do.
it was a good experience for us to having to focus on the rest of the units, not just the crutches.
I still have an erection from that 8 hours later.
Notice how he still mentioned
So-
he had broadsides left by the end of the game.
Anyways, that's my thoughts. I think it was cool.
Letting it 2 minutes or less. Your thoughts on the game?
My crisis suits pulled me through to the end like they always do. My riptides die constantly, so that's why I don't rely on them that much. I use them as like fire magnets because that's all they'll ever end up being for me. I really do want to stop playing Farsight Enclave because I need to build crew and make a normal town empire list.
Pathfinder.
I don't have the models. Well, I have the models. They're just not painted.
I'll teach you.
Even I don't like me.
It'll be good. It'll be 2.
Well, it's because they're the same thing every time because I've only got so many points and I can't really change.
You're like 1 divorce already from.
When I played it was the same way. I just got.
Yeah, so this game kind of really reinforced that like I need to paint other stuff so I can use other things because we only play with painted models because we have self-respect and dignity.
Oh, snap!
And really cool secret decoder rings we can't show you.
That's right. Special like.
I love the rail side model and its rules suck, so I took one anyway, and it sucks because its rules suck.
But he survived.
He lived to the end of the game, but he didn't do that much.
He's playing one of those
But he
guitars that are like double guitars.
He survived because he was a.
We filled up the card there, so we kind of lost track. I think I was
filled the
talking about
card.
something, but my point was, my final thoughts were,
To fortify buildings.
it's the shut up.
Oh yeah, you gotta fortify a building.
Okay, I'll remember to do it next time. My final thoughts were, it was a close game, and those are the fun games.
Yes.
No one. I don't like kicking someone's ass turn 1. I like kicking their ass turn 5 or 6 or 7.
Agreed.
Because it's not fun for anyone.
And or whatever.
It's like a Michael Bay movie. You know what's happening. Like it's just like there's gonna be explosions and product placement, and then by the end, if you're still alive, there'll be credits.
Well, if you're still in the theater.
I can see some. You know, the Japanese are morose people.
Jerk off to explosion.
What? The Japanese are morose people. They might just.
Let's go. You gotta carry a seppuku knife with you in case you see a bad movie.
Man, I'm just gonna call you short round from now on. You have to start creating.
I'm 6'3".
You need like one of those things like they open your coat and punch bag.
No, he's
Never.
like tall square.
Tall square.
Square face.
It's a short.
Anyway, it was a fun game. We all enjoyed playing this. We seem like really cynical, fucked up people.
We are.
But we are.
I play Tau because I hate people.
That's certainly not 40K's fault. Well, yeah.
Grim Dark.
He plays
Grim
Tau because he
Dark.
wishes he was actually a robot. Like, he doesn't want to
The
be
Grim Dark is
to be a
lamenting
robot.
where the game is.
My
now.
inadequate human organs will be
Okay,
replaced.
so to finish it all up, Jason,
Weird.
5 seconds, your thoughts on 7th edition, and go. Carl, 5 seconds, your thoughts on 7th edition, and go.
Fuck Jervis Johnson.
Good. Ski Mask Mohawk, 5-second thoughts on 7th edition.
30K is a better game. Repeat that instead.
Okay.
You just said game.
5-second, 7th edition. 7th edition is fucking stupid. I miss 5th.
I like Heavy Gear. It's a good game.
Okay, end it there.
I
Okay,
built
go
models
play
of
that.
anime schoolgirls.
Thank you for watching, and we may keep playing 40K.
Or 30K.
Or 30K.
I'll just keep playing Tau.
Okay.
Do Tau have a spot in 30?
No.
This is what I have to deal with.
Smells like Bigfoot's dick.